So, are you ready and dreaming of moving to a community with resort style pools, tree lined streets, and all of that other good stuff? Or maybe you just want that suburban feel without the chaos of city life. Well, welcome to my channel. This is the top five Houston community series, and today we are starting with one of my absolute favorites. It is Sienna in Missouri City, Texas. So, hey, y'all. I am Shadria Patton, your Houston area realtor. And this week in this series, we're going to be breaking down one of my favorite and best master plan communities. And really, we're going to go through the top five across all of Houston suburbs. And Sienna easily makes the top of that list for me personally. So, first, let's talk about the location and the lifestyle and everything like that. Now, Sienna actually sits in Fort Bend County, about 25 miles southwest of downtown Houston. It spans over 10,000 acres, making it easily one of the largest and most developed master plan communities in Texas. Now, when you drive in, you'll notice the tree-lined streets, peaceful lakes. You have miles and miles and miles of walking trails. You'll get that small town charm, but you still have very easy access to Highway 6 and Fort Bend Tollway. Now, commuting to places like Sugarland or the Texas Medical Center or even downtown Houston, it's a breeze, y'all. So, we'll look at all of that later just to kind of show you where everything is. So next, let's talk about the amenities and the community feel of Sienna. Sienna really does have everything that you would expect from a top master plan community and then some. They have plenty of pools. I think around maybe five or so pools. They have splash pads. They have the Sawmill Lake Clubhouse. There's other clubhouses there or little areas as well that you can kind of hang out at. You have the Sienna Golf Club and Grill, which is really nice. There's also multiple fitness centers so that you can kind of stay in shape. No excuses there, even if you don't have your own home gym. They have tennis courts, you got pickleball courts, and even little, parks, doggy parks, plenty of doggy parks across the area. So you'll love that. You also have Camp Sienna, which is pretty amazing, where they have a lot of intramural sports as well as organized sports there as well. At Camp Sienna, you'll find, I think they say it's like 160 acres of sports fields and recreation space. You have the Brazos River, which is nearby. And so it's one of those places where there's always something happening. You'll also find in Sienna, they have concerts. There's a little amphitheater that I love going to. They'll have little festivals in the area, food truck nights, and actually food trucks during the daytime. I always stop at some of the taco trucks and get me something. But there are specific times where those food trucks nights or whatever, the organized ones, are there. There are several social events where you can kind of gather with other people in the community. You can gather with your friends, or you can even just meet some random strangers, because on some of their websites they have organized ways for you to meet different people in the community. So let's see. What else do we want to say? Oh, for groceries. Let me see. Hold on one second. There we go. Sorry, dropped something. Now, for groceries, you've got an HEB. Actually, there's really two of them that are really close by, depending on whether you're at the front of Sienna or the back of Sienna, which is great. You do have a Kroger's, just in case you're not into the Texas HEB thing. There's even a Target close by, not right in the neighborhood, but it's not too far away. Less than 30 minutes away, you have First Colony Mall, which is amazing. You have the Sugarland Town Square, which is one of my favorites, which has amazing condos that I've lived in as well. Lots of shopping in Sugarland Town Square as well, so you'll love it. You have the Smart Financial Center, which I think is one of the best concert venues in the Houston area, especially on the southwest side. You also have Constellation Field. I have been to several runs there, like 5K runs or whatever. There's a Christmas 5K that's amazing. I forget the name of it, but Santa something, I believe. You have the Constellation Field, basically is where the baseball team stay or performs or plays, which is amazing. You do have the Brazos River Park, for walking and trails. You also have the Oyster Creek Trail for walking, and then for biking as well. Now, let's talk about the schools. Sienna is zoned to Fort Bend ISD, which is one of the most respected districts in Texas. So, depending on your section, your kids might attend. For elementary, I can think of Leonetti, you have Sienna Crossing. And then for middle school, there's Billy Baines, and then there's the Ronald Thornton Middle School. And then for high schools, Ridge Point, which is very well known. And then you also have our newest one, which is Almeda Crawford. You also have a lot of kids that go to Hightower, which was actually the first school that is there. So one of the things I want to let you guys know is to always double check the zoning directly with the independent school district. So it's Fort Bend ISD for this particular neighborhood. Always check that zoning, and more importantly, even check like with the specific school, just in case there's some miscommunication there. Now, let's talk about the HOAs. The non-gated sections are typically around 1543 for most of them. There are some of the communities within Sienna that have extra fees. So some of the townhomes have an extra fee, and definitely the gated sections have an extra fee. As far as tax rates, you are looking between 2.9% and 3.5%, depending on your municipal utility district, also known as your MUD district. So you'll learn all about that when you get ready to buy or move around in Sienna. So you can call me at 713-835-2928 or text me, and I'm happy to lead you in the right direction in regards to that so you can do your research. Plenty of builders there that you can build your homes with, for whether you're a first-time buyer or well established and want to get you your luxury home. We have there's Tow Brothers, there's Perry Homes, Highland Homes, Pointe, David Weekley, Beezer, J. Patrick, and there's others. Sienna they've been building for a while, so a lot of the builders are kind of in their final stages. You do have some areas where they are still kind of have plenty of sections, but still Sienna is in its final section. So there's always resales. There is always somebody that is looking to sell their house. So if you're looking for that, I can definitely help you with that. And the good thing about resales, you most times are going to get like larger lots, and you're going to get some things that maybe they aren't providing right now. So that could be good. And also a lot of these sellers these days, and in most days, they're willing to kind of help with closing costs, whether that's closing costs or give you some money for a rate down payment. Now, let's think about, if you're moving here, let's think about the commute from the different employers. You can say that you're about 35 minutes from the Texas Medical Center, 30 minutes or so to downtown, depending on which area of downtown you're in, 25 minutes to get to Sugar Land's business district. And then you also have major employers nearby, such as you got Amazon, you have the Memorial Hermann Hospital, you have the Houston Methodist Hospitals, and then there's so many other corporations that have made Fort Bend the home of their headquarters, as well as where all of their families are living. So that Fort Bend tollway, it continues to expand, and it's making it so much easier for you to get to Richmond, whether downtown and different areas, and it's going to continue expanding and just making your commute super duper easy. Now, what I really want to do is give you the buyer tip of the week. I just feel like you have to understand this, and I need to stress that. You should always, if the school zones and which school your kid is going to, if that's really important to you, always double check it. That's the major tip right there for all the parents. Just double check it. Now, other things that I want you to consider, you have the Fort Bend County Appraisal District. You can always go on there, research the homes, research the areas, and get some information. The HOA fees for your specific section, that's another thing, another tip that you really just want to make sure that you understand what those HOA fees are, because you don't want to just assume that it's $15.43, because you might be surprised and upset. Okay, now before let's see. Oh, you know what? So here's some of the exact sites that I actually use for my clients. So let me show you this. Let's do, for the first one, let's go to Sienna, Texas.com. Let me share that one. Okay. Are we on here? Let's go there. Awesome. Alrighty. So this right here is like the main website for Sienna. There we go. Alrighty. So let's look at some of the you can always go here and you see that's where you can kind of verify your taxes and your HOA, which is amazing. So you can scroll down and you'll be able to kind of see different things, select your particular neighborhood and go from there. Your municipal utility district. These are some of your options here. Then you have your amenities, kind of like I was talking about earlier. So you have your water park, Sienna Club, Sienna resorts, pools, all of that, all these beautiful pools here. Let's see, you got parks. You know, there's a lot of parks and everything around here. Just giving you a list of all the parks here. Alrighty. The golf club. Some people are interested in this. You also, so not only do you have this one, you also have the what is it? The Lake Olympia one is not too far away. Of course, all the motorcycles want to swing by when I start talking. Okay, so there's just a lot of options here. Let's see, you got your Sawmill Lake Club. This place is pretty cool, and that's where you'll find some of the food trucks and everything at as well. Event space. I love hanging out on that patio there. Let's see. You also have Camp Sienna. Now, this is the one that I said that had all of that, all of the space and like hang out. Like, look at that volleyball course, which is my favorite. Hold on. Let's see. Sorry, I thought my alarm was going off. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then so let's go and look at the schools here. We'll just scroll through so you can see some of the schools that are in here. And again, this is on siennatx.com. siennatx.com. Awesome Blossom, Sienna, this elementary, middle schools, even the preschools were listed on here. And then high schools. Awesome. Okay, and then another website, like once you kind of move in here, let's see. Let's go to actually, let's just use the same one. So we'll use siennarec.com. So once you kind of move in here, this is where you're going to go to kind of get plugged in and see all the fun things around here. So the sports leagues, again, you got your fitness information here, facility rentals, all of that stuff, food trucks, which is my favorite because I like to eat. All of that is in here for you. Okay, so when it comes to double checking all of the school stuff, let's go to, what is it? txschools.gov. There we go. txschools.gov. So we already know that it's Fort Bend, right? So in this area, you're just going to type in Fort Bend, and then you see it down here, Fort Bend ISD. So you'll see the district profile, and you can get any information here that you would like about the district, honestly. Then, or what you can do, you can actually kind of go through here and look at, these are, all your Fort Bend schools, right? So let's say we want to go and we want to look specifically at one of the ones in Sienna, Pointe. So we're going to click on it. And now you can go in here and see whatever information that you would like to see. Total student enrollment. So for your high schools, again, you had Ridge Point, Almeda Crawford, which is the newest, and the oldest being Hightower. Okay, so those are the main two websites for Sienna specifically that I wanted to show you. Other websites that will be very useful for you during your search. Here we go. The Fort Bend ISD website, because you want to confirm, right? You don't want to just go based off of what HAR says in the MLS, because agents don't have access over that. And we wouldn't change that anyways, because it's your responsibility. It's our responsibility to give you the resources, your responsibility to verify everything. So they don't allow us to modify that either. So you go in here and you can just see all types of information in here. Do your search, get the phone numbers, whatever you need to do. There's also an area on here where you can actually double check. Register as a vendor. Oh, view the attendance zones. Let's see if that's it. School locator. Boundaries. That's it right there. So attendance and boundary planning. These are the types of things that you're going to want to be aware of, right? Because you want to kind of know what the plans are. You want to know if you're putting your kid in a school now, and then what, a year from now, they're going to try to make your kid transfer. So I know they have a process for that, but still, you want to just double check. And then you got the school locator here. So again, you can always pick up the phone and just call them directly. If you need a number, let me know, and then I'm happy to find that for you. Alrighty, so those are we talked about what, SiennaTexas.com. We talked about SiennaRec.com. We talked about TXschools.gov. We talked about the Fort Bend ISD. Let me see. Hold on, let me see. We probably talked about it, but I didn't show it, did I? Sure didn't. So let's go back here. Let's go, sorry, TX Schools. Let's go Fort Bend ISD. Sorry, this is what I thought I was showing y'all, but apparently I forgot to change it. So anyways, this is where you want to go, Fort Bend ISD. And then you click on I would like to. And then I'm going to go over here to view attendance zones. I'm really going to go in here. If I had kids, I would go in here and I'd be trying to look at everything and just be nosy, stalk this page a little bit. But this is kind of where you can get some information from. And then you can go to school, hit school locator here over on the left side. To look up attendance boundary, enter a house address or at the school zone locator. So that's what you're going to do. And if you don't know the exact house address, you're going to pick an address nearby, or you're going to pick up the phone and call me, 713-835-2928. Got it? Got it. Okay. All right. So hold on. Let me see. What else do we want to know? Oh, here's a website. So that might be of interest to you. This is the County Appraisal District